Hey everybody, it's Thursday. We're talking about women's basketball here on Warrior Daily. I'm Tom Gorman, joined by Coach Lohr. And Coach, 1 week down, 1 week to go against Hillsdale and Findlay. Good results for your Warriors last week on the road, a couple of three-point victories. You always want to win them, and if they're close, that's fine, even overtime on Saturday. But you'll definitely take those victories and hopefully some momentum going forward.
Without question, though, winning at Hillsdale and at Findlay were both really instrumental to our program and to really defining our team. I'm not saying that we surprised ourselves, but I think we proved something to ourselves and gained some confidence, especially at Hillsdale. Not knowing, though, until after that we hadn't won there in several years. Maybe me just being a little naive. I didn't know any better, and neither did my transfers or any of the newcomers. So the returners, though, certainly made it known that was a significant, and we knew it was going to be tough going to Hillsdale and to Findlay as well. But we really need to capitalize on this, though. We really need to put our foot down.
Well, we've talked about, as we've analyzed this season here on Warrior Daily, your team continues to control the boards, and that's still the case even last week. The free throws have been a problem for your team early on. You're looking towards correcting that, and I thought one of the key points from looking at the numbers from the Hillsdale game, 7 out of the final 8 free throws your team took in the last 3 minutes all went in for scores. And talking about a key moment in the game, you're trying to hold off Hillsdale on the road. Those are as important a baskets as you probably see all game long.
Those were critical baskets, and again, I think we may have surprised ourselves a little bit. Because that hasn't been our pattern. I mean, it's no secret. We're not a great free throw shooting team right now. We're certainly working on that. And if we can make them, certainly when it counts in clutch time, 7 of 8 in the last 3 minutes. I know Amelia Davis made a few against Findlay that proved to be really critical for us. Hey, we'll take them when we can get them.
Let's get into that Findlay game a little bit on Saturday. An overtime result, 75-72 win for your Warriors. But kind of an interesting twist with that game. It was tied at 63 for probably what seemed like forever for the two coaches in that game. The final 2:40 of regulation, nobody could make a basket.
Right. It was a tennis match without question. It was just ping-ponging it back and forth, I guess. But, good and bad. I mean, we were able to have some really key defensive stops, and unfortunately, so was Findlay. We came down on the offensive end, and we were unable to score, and that was due to Findlay's intensity as well. Again, winning at Findlay was really instrumental in, I think, our confidence and kind of defining again who we are. We were able to see some players, though, step in that haven't maybe had as consistent numbers, but I thought they had really solid performances for us. And Lena Thomas came in off the bench at Findlay and played over 20 minutes of play and didn't have a turnover. And Findlay was doing everything they could to take Stephanie Monroe out of the equation, taking us out of our offensive rhythm. And, Lena really came in and, maybe not being on their scouting report, and was rock solid and helped us in regulation. And then Amelia Davis, a double-edged sword, maybe, one step backwards, but she certainly went 2 steps forwards, but back in almost free throws at the end of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Those were critical points from Amelia Davis, and you talked about your bench extensively, and you go deep into your bench typically in games, so those contributions will continue to be critical moving forward. Of course, the usual suspects were big contributors. Paige Sickmiller with a season-high 19 against Findlay. Juanita Cochran continues to be a force down low, and those points will continue to be important this week as we welcome Hillsdale and Findlay to the Mathi this week. Hillsdale will be in town tonight here at the Mathi. We'll have that game on Comcast Channel 900, and then Findlay will be here on Saturday at the Mathi. In terms of your preparation for these two teams, and actually I was talking with Coach Greer about this as well. Given the fact that you're seeing the same two opponents over the next week, how does that change how you typically prepare for a team that maybe you haven't seen in a while or not at all during the season?
Well, I think we just have to be prepared that they're gonna make some changes. It's not gonna be, it's not gonna be Groundhog's Day. I don't think Hillsdale's gonna come in and do exactly the same thing. I think they're gonna make some changes. We certainly have some tweaking we want to do. We don't want to keep it that close. We want to we want to spread the margin out. So there's definitely things we can work on in preparing for Hillsdale and Findlay, but Hillsdale's top of mind right now.
All right. Well, a couple more big games here in the South Division coming up this week. Good luck, and we'll talk next week.
Thank you.
All right. That's it for this women's basketball edition of Warrior Daily.